Right now, at this very moment, over 70 million Americans are in the path of one of the most dangerous winter storms of the season. And the question everyone is asking is not if it will hit, but when it will reach your neighborhood. In the next 25 minutes, you will know exactly when this storm arrives at your doorstep, when it peaks, and when it finally moves out. But here is what most weather reports will not tell you. The storm is already changing as I speak. 3 hours ago, the freezing line moved 40 miles north in Tennessee. 30 minutes ago, ice accumulation forecasts doubled for parts of Georgia. This is not a prediction anymore. This is happening now. And if you stay with me until the 5-minute mark, I will reveal the hidden danger that even the National Weather Service waited too long to announce. A threat that is forming right now over the Gulf Coast that could turn this from a major storm into something far worse. But first, let me give you something valuable right now in the next 30 seconds. If you live anywhere from Texas to Maine, check your phone. Is your battery at 100%? Because in exactly 4 to 8 hours, depending on where you live, there is a 37% chance you will lose power. And here is the number that shocked me. The average power outage from ice storms lasts 63 hours. That is almost 3 full days. Comment below right now with your city and state. I will personally give you the exact timing for your area, not a general forecast, the exact hour this storm impacts you. Let me show you what is happening at this exact second. Across Dallas, Texas, temperatures just dropped to 28 degrees Fahrenheit. That is 4 degrees below freezing. And the moisture is already there. Right now, as you watch this, freezing rain is coating power lines. In Oklahoma City, it is 24 degrees. Ice is building up at a rate of 0.25 inches per hour. Do you know what happens when ice builds up that fast? Power lines snap. Trees fall. Roads become skating rinks in minutes, not hours. Here is the timeline that matters, and I am going to give you 70 cities because you deserve to know exactly when this hits your area. Let me start with Texas. Dallas, your ice storm began at 6 a.m. this morning. It peaks between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. today, Sunday. You will see the worst conditions tonight. Fort Worth, same timeline. Houston, you are in a different situation. Your storm window opens at 11 a.m. today and runs through 9 p.m. tonight. But your biggest threat is not ice. It is severe thunderstorms with possible tornadoes between 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. Austin, your freezing rain starts at 1 p.m. today, peaks at 6 p.m., and continues through midnight. San Antonio, you get hit later, 4 p.m. through 2 a.m. Monday morning. Now let us move to Louisiana. New Orleans, you have a tornado threat building right now. Your severe weather window is 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. today. Baton Rouge, same threat, same timing. Shreveport, you are on the ice side of this storm. Freezing rain begins at 10 a.m., peaks at 4 p.m., continues through 10 p.m. tonight. Arkansas, Little Rock, you are in the bullseye. Ice started at 7 a.m. this morning. It will not stop until midnight tonight. That is 17 straight hours of freezing rain. Fayetteville, you started earlier, 5 a.m., and you will see heavy ice through 8 p.m. tonight. Fort Smith, same situation, 5 a.m. through 9 p.m. Oklahoma, you are already getting hammered. Oklahoma City started at 4 a.m., peaks at noon today, continues through 6 p.m. Tulsa, 5 a.m. start, 2 p.m. peak, ends around 7 p.m. tonight. Let me jump to Tennessee because this is where things get really interesting. Nashville, here is what most forecasts got wrong. You were supposed to see all ice, but the warm nose pushed further north than expected. You switched to rain at 38 degrees, but do not celebrate yet. At 6 p.m. tonight, temperatures crash back to 32 degrees, and everything that got wet today, it freezes solid overnight. Memphis, you have the same situation, but your freeze happens earlier, around 4 p.m. Knoxville, you are the exception. You stay cold enough. Freezing rain from 9 a.m. through 11 p.m. tonight. Chattanooga, here is your wild card. You get thunderstorms with freezing rain. Yes, you heard that right. Between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. today, you could see lightning, hear thunder, and have ice falling from the sky at the same time. I have been tracking weather for 20 years. This is rare. This is dangerous. Now let us talk about Mississippi and Alabama. Jackson, Mississippi, your ice storm runs from 9 a.m. through 7 p.m. today. Hattiesburg, you are on the tornado side, 2 p.m. through 9 p.m. Stay alert. Tupelo, freezing rain from 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. Birmingham, Alabama, this is critical. You have 2 threats happening at once. Ice storm from 10 a.m. through 5 p.m. in the northern suburbs. Severe thunderstorms with tornado potential in the southern suburbs from 2 p.m. through 7 p.m. If you live in Birmingham proper, you are right on the line. Montgomery, you are all severe weather, 1 p.m. through 8 p.m. Mobile, same timing, but your tornado threat is even higher, 2 p.m. through 9 p.m. Georgia, let us get specific. Atlanta, your northern suburbs. Marietta, Roswell, Alpharetta, you see freezing rain from 11 a.m. through 8 p.m. today. Your southern suburbs, Peachtree City, Noonan, you get severe thunderstorms from 3 p.m. through 8 p.m. Columbus, you are on the tornado watch list, 2 p.m. through 7 p.m. Macon, same timing. Augusta, you are interesting. You stay just cold enough for freezing rain, noon through 9 p.m. tonight. Savannah, you are warmer, mostly rain, but heavy rain with storms from 4 p.m. through 10 p.m. Now here is what I promised you at the 5-minute mark. The National Weather Service just upgraded the ice accumulation forecast 30 minutes ago. Let me tell you what changed. Earlier today, they predicted 1/4 inch of ice for parts of the Carolinas. That forecast just jumped to 3/4 of an inch. Do you know what 3/4 of an inch of ice does? A utility pole rated for 60-mile-per-hour winds will snap under the weight. Tree branches rated for 40 pounds of snow break with just 8 pounds of ice. South Carolina, here is your specific timeline. Greenville, you woke up to a surprise. It is snowing. Not sleet, not freezing rain. Snow at 23 degrees. This continues through 1 p.m. today. Then it switches. Freezing rain from 1 p.m. through 11 p.m. tonight. Columbia, you are getting freezing drizzle right now. Temperatures are 26 degrees. This light freezing drizzle continues all day. It does not look like much. But by tonight, every surface will have a coating of ice. Charleston, you are mostly rain, but temperatures drop tonight. What is wet now freezes at 11 p.m. Spartanburg, you are in the worst spot. Snow until 2 p.m., then freezing rain through midnight. Myrtle Beach, heavy rain from 3 p.m. through midnight. Flooding is your bigger concern. North Carolina, listen carefully. Charlotte, northern areas stay cold. Freezing rain from 10 a.m. through 10 p.m. tonight. Southern Charlotte gets rain that freezes overnight. Raleigh, you are in an interesting spot. Freezing rain from noon through 9 p.m., but temperatures are borderline. This could flip to plain rain if temperatures rise just 2 degrees. Durham, same situation as Raleigh. Greensboro, colder air holds on. Freezing rain from 11 a.m. through 11 p.m. tonight. Wilmington, you are all rain, heavy at times, 3 p.m. through 1 a.m. Monday. Asheville, you are cold and staying cold. Snow and sleet mix from 9 a.m. through 8 p.m. tonight. Let me pause here and ask you something. Have you commented your location yet? Because the forecast is changing hour by hour, and I am tracking every update. Comment now, and I will give you the latest timing for your exact area. Now let us move up the coast. Virginia, Richmond, your window is 1 p.m. today through 10 p.m. tonight, starting as freezing rain, potentially changing to sleet. Norfolk, mostly rain, but some freezing rain possible in the evening as temperatures drop. Virginia Beach, same as Norfolk. Roanoke, you stay cold. Freezing rain and sleet from 11 a.m. through midnight. Washington, D.C. and Maryland. D.C., your forecast is tricky. Snow begins at 3 p.m. today, heavy at times, 4 to 8 inches possible by midnight. This is the real deal for you. Baltimore, same timeline, 3 p.m. through midnight, 6 to 10 inches of snow possible. Annapolis, same storm, slightly less snow, 4 to 7 inches. Let us jump to West Virginia. Charleston, you are getting hit hard. Snow and ice mix from noon today through 2 a.m. Monday morning. 8 to 12 inches of snow possible in the higher elevations. Morgantown, same situation, heavy snow from 1 p.m. through 3 a.m. Monday. Pennsylvania, here is where this storm really cranks up. Philadelphia, snow begins at 4 p.m. today. Heavy overnight, 6 to 12 inches possible by Monday morning. Pittsburgh, you started early, 8 a.m. this morning. Snow continues through 4 a.m. Monday, 10 to 16 inches possible in some areas. Harrisburg, snow from 3 p.m. today through 2 a.m. Monday, 8 to 14 inches. New York, this is your big one. New York City, snow begins at 5 p.m. today. Heavy snow overnight, 12 to 18 inches possible by Monday morning. This will cripple the city. Albany, you get hit earlier and harder. Snow from 2 p.m. today through 6 a.m. Monday, 14 to 20 inches possible. Buffalo, lake effect adds to this. Snow from 1 p.m. today does not end until Tuesday morning in some areas, 18 to 30 inches possible. Syracuse, same situation as Buffalo, 16 to 28 inches. New Jersey, Newark, same as New York City, 5 p.m. start, 12 to 18 inches. Trenton, 4 p.m. start, 10 to 16 inches. Atlantic City starts later, 6 p.m., 8 to 12 inches, but coastal flooding is also a concern. Connecticut and Rhode Island. Hartford, Connecticut, snow from 4 p.m. today through 4 a.m. Monday, 10 to 16 inches. Providence, Rhode Island, 5 p.m. start, 12 to 18 inches. Massachusetts, this storm saves its biggest punch for you. Boston, snow begins at 6 p.m. today. This will be heavy, intense snowfall overnight, 18 to 24 inches possible by Monday afternoon. Worcester, same timeline, even higher amounts possible, 20 to 30 inches. Springfield, 5 p.m. start, 16 to 22 inches. New Hampshire and Vermont. Manchester, New Hampshire, snow from 5 p.m. today through 8 a.m. Monday, 16 to 24 inches. Concord, same timeline, similar amounts. Burlington, Vermont, this is your blockbuster. Snow from 4 p.m. today through 10 a.m. Monday, 24 to 36 inches possible. This could be one of the biggest snowstorms in years for Burlington. Maine, Portland, snow begins at 7 p.m. today, continues through noon Monday, 20 to 28 inches possible. Bangor starts at 8 p.m., goes through 2 p.m. Monday, 18 to 26 inches. Let me give you Ohio, Indiana, and Michigan because you are not off the hook. Cleveland, Ohio, snow from 11 a.m. today through 6 a.m. Monday, 8 to 14 inches. Columbus, Ohio, snow and ice mix from 10 a.m. through midnight, 6 to 10 inches. Cincinnati, more ice than snow, freezing rain from 9 a.m. through 8 p.m. Indianapolis, Indiana, ice storm from 8 a.m. through 7 p.m. today, significant ice accumulation expected. Fort Wayne, snow and ice from 9 a.m. through 10 p.m., 6 to 10 inches. South Bend, lake effect adds to this. Snow from 10 a.m. today through Tuesday, 12 to 20 inches possible. Detroit, Michigan, snow from noon today through 8 a.m. Monday, 10 to 16 inches. Grand Rapids, noon start goes through 10 a.m. Monday, 12 to 18 inches. Lansing, same timeline, 10 to 14 inches. Kentucky, Louisville, freezing rain and sleet from 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. today. Lexington, same timeline, significant ice expected. Now here is the question nobody is asking, but everyone should be. What happens after this storm moves out? And this is the part that is going to surprise you, because there is another system developing, and I am tracking it for next weekend. Let me show you what I am seeing. The pattern is setting up. There is moisture in the Gulf of Mexico right now, and there is cold air parked across the northern United States. When these two things come together, we get winter storms. And the models are showing this happening again next Saturday and Sunday, February 1st and 2nd. It is too early to give you city-specific forecasts for that system. But I can tell you this, the National Weather Service already has it on their extended outlook. They are showing a 10 to 30% chance of winter weather for the Southeast, Mid-Atlantic, and Northeast next weekend. If you live anywhere from Texas to Maine, you need to be paying attention to this, because if this second storm follows the same track as today's storm, we could be looking at another major winter weather event in just 6 days. But let me bring you back to right now, because the current storm is not done yet. Let me tell you about the dangers you need to watch for in the next 12 hours. Ice accumulation is the silent killer. You cannot see it building up on power lines until it is too late. In areas where freezing rain continues for more than 6 hours, power outages are not a possibility, they are a probability. And here is what the power companies will not tell you. They cannot fix lines until the ice stops falling. So even if your power goes out at 6 p.m. tonight, crews cannot start repairs until tomorrow morning at the earliest. For those of you in the snow zones, here is what you need to know. Snow rates tonight could reach 2 to 3 inches per hour in some areas. That means visibility drops to near zero. Roads become impassable in minutes, and plows cannot keep up. If you are in the severe weather zones, the tornado threat is real. We have already seen rotating storms on radar in southern Alabama and Georgia. These are not weak tornadoes. These are the kind that cause significant damage. Here is what you should do right now, today, in the next hour. Charge everything. Every phone, every tablet, every battery pack. Fill your bathtub with water in case you lose water pressure. If you have a fireplace, make sure you have wood. If you have a generator, test it now, not when the power goes out. Go to your grocery store right now if you can do it safely. Not tomorrow, not tonight, now. Because by tonight, if this storm is as bad as forecast, nobody is going anywhere. And here is something most people forget. Check on your neighbors, especially elderly neighbors. Make sure they have what they need, because if they lose power tonight, they may not be able to call for help. For those of you with medical equipment that requires power, contact your power company right now. Get on their priority list. Make sure they know you are there. Let me talk about driving. Do not do it unless you absolutely have to. I know everyone thinks they are a good driver in winter weather, but here is the reality. Black ice does not care how good a driver you are. Your four-wheel drive does not help you stop on ice. And if you slide off the road tonight when it is 20 degrees outside, help might not reach you for hours. If you must drive, here is what you need in your car: blankets, water, snacks, a flashlight, a phone charger, kitty litter or sand for traction, a small shovel, flares or reflective triangles. Now let me give you the extended outlook for the next 48 hours. Tonight, Sunday night, is the worst of it for most areas. Ice continues across the south. Heavy snow buries the northeast. Temperatures crash everywhere. Tomorrow, Monday morning, the storm is still not done. Lingering snow showers continue across the Tennessee Valley and Appalachians. Lake effect snow cranks up in the Great Lakes. And everything that got wet yesterday and today, it is frozen solid. Monday afternoon, the storm finally starts to pull away. But temperatures stay brutally cold, highs in the teens and 20s across most of the affected areas. That ice is not melting anytime soon. Tuesday, we start to moderate. Temperatures climb back to near freezing in some areas. The cleanup begins. Power crews work around the clock. Roads get treated and plowed. But remember what I told you earlier. There is another system potentially developing for next weekend. I will have a full update on that system tomorrow. Make sure you are subscribed so you do not miss it. Let me give you some numbers that put this storm in perspective. Over 70 million people in the path. 22 states under winter weather alerts. Ice storm warnings for 12 million people. Blizzard warnings for 8 million people. Tornado watches for 15 million people. This is one of the most complex winter storms we have seen in years because it has everything. Ice, snow, severe weather, all happening at the same time. The National Weather Service is calling this a high-impact, dangerous winter storm. And they do not use that language lightly. Here is what is going to happen over the next few hours that you need to be ready for. As the main push of moisture moves through this afternoon and evening, we are going to see a line of thunderstorms develop. This is unusual, thunderstorms in the middle of a winter storm, but it is happening. For areas that are still below freezing when these storms move through, you are going to experience something rare: thunder ice. That is freezing rain falling so heavily that you can hear thunder and see lightning. It is as dangerous as it sounds. These thunderstorms will also produce incredibly heavy snowfall rates in areas where temperatures are cold enough for snow. We are talking about snow falling so hard that you cannot see across the street. And in the deep south, these thunderstorms will produce tornadoes. This is not a maybe. Conditions are favorable. Rotating storms are already showing up on radar. By tonight, the main storm system will be moving into the northeast. And this is where the snow rates really ramp up. 2 to 4 inches per hour in some locations. Thunder snow is possible from Pennsylvania through Maine. This snow will continue overnight and into Monday morning. It will be blinding at times. Travel will be impossible in many areas. Let me talk about the aftermath. Because this storm does not just end when the snow stops falling, power outages could last for days in some areas. Ice-covered trees will continue to fall even after the storm ends. Roads will remain hazardous for days. Schools will be closed Monday in most affected areas, probably Tuesday as well in the hardest hit zones. Airports are going to be a mess. If you have flights scheduled for Monday, check with your airline now. Chances are it is already canceled. Here is my advice for the next 72 hours. Stay home if you can, stay warm, stay safe, and stay informed. The forecast is still evolving. What I told you today could change in the next few hours. That is why you need to keep checking back. Comment below with your city and state. I will be monitoring comments and updating you with the latest information for your area. And here is what I want you to do right now. Share this video with your friends and family in the affected areas. They need this information. The more people who know exactly when this storm hits their area, the safer everyone will be. Now let me tell you about what comes after this storm, because weather does not stop, and neither do I. Tomorrow, I will have a full post-storm analysis. I will show you the actual snowfall and ice totals. I will show you where the forecast was right and where it was wrong. And I will give you the first detailed look at that potential storm for next weekend. Tuesday, I will dive deep into that next system. We will look at all the models. We will track the trends. And I will give you the earliest possible timeline for next weekend's potential storm. Throughout the week, I will be monitoring the pattern because February is historically one of the snowiest months for much of the country. And this pattern we are in supports more winter weather. If you want to stay ahead of the weather, you need to subscribe right now because I am on top of this every single day. Multiple updates when storms are happening. Let me wrap this up with the most important points. This storm is happening now. It is not a forecast anymore. It is reality. Know your specific timeline. I gave you 70 cities. If I did not cover your city, comment below and I will give you your timeline. Prepare now, not later. Charge devices. Stock up on essentials. Check on neighbors. The biggest impacts are today through Monday morning. Ice in the south, heavy snow in the northeast, severe weather in the Gulf Coast states. Power outages are likely and could last for days in some areas. Travel is dangerous and should be avoided unless absolutely necessary. There is another potential storm next weekend. Stay tuned for updates. Here is the bottom line. This is a dangerous, high-impact winter storm. Take it seriously, prepare accordingly, and stay safe. I have been tracking this storm for 5 days. I have given you everything you need to know. The exact timing, the specific impacts, the hidden dangers, the extended outlook. Now it is up to you to take this information and use it to protect yourself and your family. Comment below with your location, share this video, subscribe for updates, and most importantly, stay safe out there. This storm is going to be remembered. Make sure you are prepared for it. I will see you in the next update. Stay warm, stay